Imagine the NHS, this huge, complex system. Behind it all, there's this vital work happening, coding work, that keeps everything running, funding, decisions, stats. And right at the center of that is the National Clinical Coding Qualification, the NCCQ. It's the kind of national benchmark.
Okay.
Let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here is the NCCQ isn't just about getting a qualification for yourself.
Right.
It's actually fundamental, a pillar for, well, the entire NHS's data integrity.
Wow.
It affects everything planning, how money gets allocated, how they evaluate care nationally.
Okay, so if it's that fundamental, a pillar, as you say, just how crucial is it for someone's career path and for the NHS itself?
Absolutely crucial.
And what's the journey like?
Yeah.
Getting accredited. That's what we want to get into today.
That's it.
So clinical coding itself, it's essentially translation, isn't it? Taking complex medical notes.
Exactly. From patient records.
And turning them into these standard alphanumeric codes using systems like ICD-10 for diagnoses.
And OPCS-4 for procedures, yeah. Operations, treatments. It needs to be precise.
Precise. And the stakes, you mentioned they're high.
Oh, immensely high. Think about the kind of focus needed, like an air traffic controller, maybe.
What level of precision? Wow.
Yes, because a single mistake, one wrong code, it's not just a small error. It could mean an NHS trust loses out on, well, potentially hundreds of thousands in funding for complex treatments.
That directly hits patient care budgets then.
Directly. And beyond the money, it messes with the national picture. The stats that go into SUS, the secondary uses service, and HES, hospital episode statistics.
Right, the big national data sets.
Exactly. If those are based on inaccurate coding, then national planning, research, it's all compromised. That's the hidden weight on a coder's shoulders.
Okay, so with stakes that high, who actually sets the standard? That must be the NCCQ.
That's where it comes in. It's the gold standard, no question. Run by IHRIM, the Institute of Health Records and Information Management. They've been doing this since 1999.
And crucially, it's the only one the NHS formally recognizes, right?
The only one.
Now, here's something that really jumped out at me. The practical paper needs a 90% pass mark. 90? That seems incredibly demanding. Why so high?
It does sound high, but it makes sense when you think about the responsibility we just discussed, the financial risk, the impact on data quality.
Oh, okay.
It basically demands near perfection because the consequences of errors are just too significant. It's also why IHRIM strongly suggests, coders get at least 2 years experience on the job before they even try the exam.
2 years minimum. Got it. So assuming you have that experience and you want to go for it, what's involved? What are the steps?
Okay, first things first, you need that IHRM membership. That's non-negotiable.
Right.
Then comes the exam itself, and it's a tough day. 2 papers, 3 hours each, same day.
Wow, okay. 6 hours of exams in one day.
Yep. Paper 1 is in the morning. That's the practical. It's open books, so you have your ICD-10, OPCS-4 manuals, reference books, BNF.
Okay, so resources allowed.
Yes, but it tests your speed and accuracy under pressure. Quick questions, detailed case studies to code. And that's the one with the 90% pass mark.
The big hurdle. And paper 2.
Paper 2 is afternoon. That's theory. And it's closed book. No manuals allowed.
Right, testing pure knowledge.
Exactly. Covers a lot of classification principles, SNOMED-CT, which is a whole clinical terminology system in itself, data quality rules, audit processes, medical terminology, even anatomy and physiology.
That sounds comprehensive.
And the pass mark there. That one's 70%. Still demanding, but reflects the different skill being tested.
Prepping for this. Any advice? You mentioned trainers.
Definitely seek out approved clinical coding trainers. They're the ones licensed by NHS Digital to use the official materials. That's important.
Okay.
And you'll find mock exams out there. They can be useful for practice, getting a feel for the format.
Yeah.
But crucially, remember, they're independent. They aren't official predictors of your score, just practice tools.
Good disclaimer. So you get through all that, you pass. What does this actually do for your career? You mentioned it's a catalyst.
Oh, absolutely. It's often the key requirement to move up, to become a senior clinical coder.
Which is what band typically in the NHS.
That's usually a band 5 role under the Agenda for Change pay system.
And the financial difference.
It's significant. Trainees often start at band 3 or 4, maybe around £24,000 to £26,500 roughly.
Okay.
Getting the NCCQ and moving to a band 5 senior coder role, that pushes your salary range up considerably, maybe closer to £30,000 up to over £36,000 depending on experience.
That's a substantial jump. And it opens other doors too.
Definitely. It's needed for the National Clinical Coding Trainer and Auditor programs.
Yeah.
Those are quite prestigious paths,
Yeah.
and very often you'll need it for team leader or coding manager jobs too. It's a real stepping stone.
So it's not just about the initial qualification then?
Not at all. If you zoom out, look at the bigger picture, the NCCQ isn't really the end point. It's a key marker on a path of ongoing professional development, CPD.
Right. Continuous learning.
In fact, once you're an accredited clinical coder in ACC, you have to do a refresher course every 3 years.
Every 3 years. To stay accredited.
Yep. To maintain that status and make sure you're up to date with all the changes in classifications, standards, systems, it's constantly evolving.
It really does underline how vital lifelong learning is in a field like this, where data accuracy is just paramount.
Absolutely. Which kind of leads to a final thought, maybe for you listening.
Go on.
How does this model, this continuous accreditation, the required refreshers, the high standards, how does that resonate with what we expect or maybe should expect from other professions that handle really high impact critical data?